Привет! There's a city in Russia that has a nickname of Dismember Town, although in Russian it sounds much better and has a nice wordplay in it. The city is St. Petersburg, the capital of Russia for 200 years, founded by and named after Tsar Peter the Great. Following the Bolshevik takeover and the creation of the USSR, the capital was moved back to Moscow. And a bit later, St. Petersburg was renamed Leningrad, after Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, the man, the myth, the mushroom, and the one responsible for the Commie Revolution. After the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the city got its original name back. It's the second most populous city in Russia, and it's a wonderful, although a bit depressing, place full of history and culture. But in recent times, people started jokingly calling it Расчленинgrad. You see, расчленить is to dismember in Russian, and grad is an old way of saying town or city. You add the old name Leningrad to the mix and you get Расчленинgrad, a fun play on words that can be translated as Dismember Town. But why are people calling it that? Well, in 2019, the associate professor of the St. Petersburg State University, Oleg Sokolov, killed and chopped into pieces his 24-year-old former student and, at the time, mistress, Anastasia Yashchenko. But the real catalyst for the nickname was the death of the Russian-Ukrainian rapper Alexander Yushko, who was allegedly killed and definitely dismembered by his wife. After that became public, the memes flowed like the Neva River upon which the city itself stands. You might think it's in poor taste, and some Russians would agree, but dark humor, much like vodka, is one of the few things that helps Russians cope with, well, life in Russia. Also, if you really want to be a boring buzzkill, you could note that actually murders with dismemberment are not that common in St. Petersburg. And it's not like the city is a record holder of the most people cut into pieces. It's not even in the top 10 in Russia. And to that I say boo, sir, boo. Do let people have fun with the existential horrors instead of succumbing to endless despair. Also, check out my long-form videos on YouTube. Bye!